Welcome to Greek for a Week. I'm glad that you are going to view this week's video. And this week we are beginning one of two of the last paragraphs here for Philippians. We are looking at the paragraph chapter 4, verses 15 through 20. And then this week it's just verses 15 and 16. So we will consider this paragraph 15 through 20 in the next couple of weeks, and then the final paragraph 21 through 23. We will look at that then in the following weeks, and that will wrap up the book of Philippians. So I trust it's been a good study for you, and you've been able to locate some things maybe that you didn't know, or just to brush up on some things, just to keep it kind of going with your Greek, so that you can stay refreshed and you can stay in the Greek text. So verses 15 and 16, let me translate. And you yourselves also know, Philippians, that in the beginning of the gospel, when I came out from Macedonia, no church shared with me in the matter of giving and receiving, except you only. Because even in Thessalonica, you sent, here we go, I was looking for my verb there, you sent both once and twice for my needs. Okay, I'm going to point out a couple of things. Most of them will be verbal forms. I like doing that again. Just like I said in the beginning, I like to continue to brush up on our Greek so that we're familiar with those either unique verbal forms, participles, really whatever it might be, and then of course prepositional phrases to kind of get how they might be functioning. So if you look here at our first verb, oidate, so here is the second person plural perfect active indicative of oida. And it's interesting here that he uses the personal pronoun humes, which would be the emphatic use. That's why I translated it you yourselves. Then, of course, the Philippians is his reference point there. Hati here is probably a hati of content, causal complement there. What is it that you know, Philippians, that? And then he moves forward here with the content of what it is that they know. Then you have the ex-elthon, which probably the elthon gave you a clue that we're dealing with a form of erchomai. So this is the first person singular, aorist active indicative of ex-erchomai. Then the last verbal form I want to talk about is the koinonesin. This is third person singular, aorist active indicative, koinoneo. So again, here's your augment, there's your augment, and here's your aorist form. And then of course this is your vowel lengthening because that is an epsilon in the lexical form. Then you get down to verse 16. This use of hati is likely causal, providing the reason for basically his statement here that the Philippians, you were the ones that gave and received, and you did that on my behalf. So because even in Thessalonica, again, you sent also for my needs, and he's grateful for that. So then you have a locative form of en Thessalonike, which would, locative just simply means pointing to a location. The apox kai dis, the hapax kai dis. That's an idiom, which literally means once and twice, but likely it's an idiomatic form of the word repeatedly. Maybe you could say the words more than once. So more than once you provided for my needs, even when I was in Thessalonica. The ace, tain, crayon, okay, crayon here. That, of course, is a prepositional phrase. Ace plus the accusative. Typically, that's a purpose or a goal. So again, they gave for the purpose of, okay. And then your last verbal form here, the pempsate, which would be the second person plural, aorist, active, indicative of pempo. So hopefully that will be helpful there for this week, looking at 2 verses, 15 and 16. We'll continue with verses 17 and 18 next week, and have a great week.